Hey everyone, Alex here. Before this video starts, I actually do have an update that I want to announce, and that is because I am actually in the middle of a really major examinations right now, and so it is the 2nd of September today, and my exams wouldn't end until the 24th if I remember correctly. And basically during this period I really do not have the time to make a lot of videos because I will be focusing on my examinations. So instead of one video per week, I will in fact only be posting a video about once every 2 weeks. And I know it's really like basically that's basically halving my content basically, but it is what it is, and I feel that it is necessary because I really want to focus on doing well in my examinations, and I hope you guys will understand my decision. But don't worry, I will still be uploading once every 2 weeks, and I will try my best to reply to all of your comments in the comment section below. So anyways, that's going to be it from me. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Hey everyone, Alex here, and welcome back to another video of Work on Career 2. So in this series, we will be doing Europe 1955 as Poland right here. So we are going to hop right into the game. And so the first thing we have to take note is that we are facing against the French and the Americans. So that means that we really don't have a lot of advantage right here because the Americans do have a lot of tanks and rocket launchers, and they do have superior firepower. So what we have to do here is we in fact have to retreat a little in the first round to basically concentrate our forces, and this will help to ensure that when the Americans start moving forwards, well, the armored cars will be the furthest ahead because they have a lot of movement. So that will mean that we will be able to basically separate the American forces according to their movement speed, and then we will be able to annihilate them. And that will be our plan in the first few rounds right here. So we are just going to move a couple of units here and there to basically we want to concentrate our forces along this line right here. Then we want to let's move this guy here. Then after that, once we start to concentrate our forces here, then we could start to attack the Americans once they move their units forward. And if this video if the video looks really small on your screen, I am truly sorry for that. I have just recently changed a new phone, and I'm really not sure how it's going to turn out before I actually start editing the video. So I really have no idea how this video is going to turn out. So yeah, do have to forgive me for that. But anyways, we are going to be ending the turn here, and as you guys can see, I've actually invested all of our original income into building cities, and that is a crucial step in this playthrough right here, because as Poland, we don't have a lot of income. Yes, we do have about 200 to 300, but that is not going to be enough to replace our losses in the long run. So that would mean that we would need to build up our economy first, so that we can replace our losses at a faster rate. And that will also mean that we can spawn infantry units like basically anywhere we want, because we have just built level 3 cities north of Warsaw, and those cities will come in handy because the NATO forces will start to break through from there. And if we don't have any forces there, that will be pretty bad because they will threaten our northern flank directly. And yeah, so Currently, let's look at the Americans. Let's see what they're doing. Okay, yeah. So the British are going to move forwards right here, and they are going to they may invade us, but that is fine because we do have quite a bit of units there prepared to face the British as well as the French, of course. So now basically we can start to counter-attack and basically destroy the American forces, because they have now been separated according to their movement speeds, which means that that the tanks and whatnot, they can't really reinforce the armored cars all the way at the front lines. So that would mean that we can take out their units with relative ease and start to move forwards once again. And yeah, okay, the Bulgarians have almost lost their commander already. They're down to half health. Hungarians have taken Vienna, and the Turks. Yeah, okay, the Turks are holding back. So basically what will happen here is that the Soviets are going to advance all the way onto Istanbul, and then they're going to get stopped. And once they get stopped, yeah, it's basically the Greeks will start to land in the Soviet rear, and they will start to move again. And we've got the tank of okay, we've got an artillery unit over there, so that is okay. And now we have to we have to deal with that. And let's attack that. Okay, so now we have this heavy tank right here that we desperately want to stop. So we are going to okay, we might want to take Bratislava as well. I'm not really sure about that. Okay, let's try and take Bratislava. So move that guy there, move our tank down. Ooh, they have a heavy tank there. That is not great. Okay, let's move this guy up, and then we can move the tank down. And basically what we want to do here is we actually want to take Bratislava, because it is a let's just, oh my god, it's just turned to level 3. Okay, we have taken Bratislava. So basically once we take Bratislava, we can have enough income and possibly, oh yeah, it's a level 3 city, so we can definitely spawn an infantry unit right there, so that will help. And also we've got to move this guy down here, and basically we want to take this heavy tank out in the next turn. So we are going to just stay put right here, attack that guy. Minus 37, that's not too great. Let's move our tank down to attack that. And okay, we are going to start building up our cities once again, and this time we're going to put an infantry unit down, because the armored car may in fact rush forwards and attack the city along with the tank, which I definitely do not want. So okay, let's move this guy there, attack, and move back. And yeah, we're going to let the artillery stay here, because the Americans may actually come through and capture this territory right here. And if that's the case, we will be able to use our artillery to knock the American forces out. And yeah, okay, let's send this artillery up as well. So we do have a reserve force of 1 infantry unit staying in Warsaw, just in case anything happens and the NATO forces try anything funny. Then at least we do have the infantry to stop them from taking Warsaw for a bit. And also the Soviets are moving into Finland, and yeah, they're spreading their forces out, which is definitely not something that you want to do, especially when the enemy is concentrating all of their forces. Okay, so the Soviets are continuing to move forwards and west basically. And that is what we want, because we want the Soviets to act as a distraction right here to basically draw away all of the enemy forces. Then we can start sneaking in our forces to capture the cities and really start to deal a huge blow against NATO. And yeah, the Soviets are really doing a good job about that. And okay, they've got de Gaulle is actually moving up towards the front lines right here, and yeah, that is going to pose a little bit of problems for us, because once the French break through the Soviet lines, then they will be heading right for us. And yeah, let's just say that is not going to be a good sight, because we don't have a lot of forces that can really hold up against a heavy tank, let alone a heavy tank with a commander. So that's definitely something that we want to take note of, because we can't use artillery to counter heavy tanks, because heavy tanks can in fact fight back even without a land fort. So yeah, that is going to be a problem right there. And we're currently at round 3. So basically what we want to do here is we send the armored car back, and okay, let's move that guy there, move this infantry unit there, and yeah, now we've got this heavy tank right here that we have to deal with. We could use an airstrike on de Gaulle, but since de Gaulle is in a level 3 city, that airstrike will be pretty much useless. And we're going to use our artillery here to bombard the American forces. And let's move these guys over here into Bratislava so that we can free up our heavy tank. So oh my, that guy is really tough. Yeah, he's looking really tough. Okay, let's use an artillery there, and we are going to move this artillery back to artillery. I can't pronounce things properly, it seems, but yeah, we're going to turn Bratislava here into a level 4 city so that we can heal up faster. And we want to definitely take Berlin. So basically we're going to do an airstrike right here on the heavy tank, minus 35, and that is decent amount of damage, and that is definitely what I will take right here. And what we're going to do here is we are going to upgrade these cities into higher level cities so that we can get a little bit more income from them. So okay, we don't want to take this territory, because once this heavy tank moves over here and starts to attack, we've got a ton of valuable forces here like artillery and tanks and whatnot, which we don't want to lose essentially. So yeah, that is something that we want to take note of. Let's not take this territory right here, although it's 4 income. So we actually just send back a few units to heal up, and that will ensure that our units will be in proper fighting condition in the next couple of rounds. And yeah, so we are going to end a turn once again, and basically this is what we're going to do for the first few rounds. So we are in fact going to destroy the American tanks first. Those are the priority targets because the tanks pose the largest threat to us. And if our units are really low on health, then we can send them back to Warsaw, because we currently do have the ability to replace our losses somewhat, and that would mean that we can start to send some units back into the cities to heal up, and then in 3 to 5 rounds they will be ready for another attack. Okay, Nimitz should go down soon. And okay, the Soviets have broken through the Turks' defensive positions, and the Americans are continuing to send their forces against us. And Yeah, okay, the Americans are starting to advance a little bit too far forwards. Okay, so the French, yeah, okay, the thing about the French is that their flanks are actually secured by the Americans. So basically, once we start to advance into American held territory right there, then we will have to we will have to take note against the French forces, because if we want to attack France from their eastern border, like right across the Franco-German border, then we want to take their cities like ASAP, so that we can actually like damage the France in a really quick and decisive blow. And what we are going to do here is we are going to pummel the enemy positions right here. So we are going to use our tank and we're going to move back there. So yeah, okay, that is not looking too good. Do we have any artillery pieces there? We do have an artillery unit there. This guy over here will attack and move back, and we want to keep this okay, we might have to relieve some pressure off of the Soviets right here. So yeah, and let's attack that. This artillery will go back to Bratislava right here to heal up. Okay, so essentially what we can do here is we want to take out the concentration of French forces here, and then we want to move against Berlin. And okay, we could do this. So we know that the Americans start their turn before the French do. So what they're going to do is they are going to be taking this guy out. So that would mean that they will concentrate all their forces here. And we do have a lot of forces facing them right over here, which means that we are sufficiently prepared to face them. And okay, that was not what I was expecting. The infantry literally just died right there, and yeah, it's fine. So basically what we are doing here is we want to attack. Yep, like we want to attack, right? So okay, we've got to take note of Vienna as well. So yeah, okay, we'll attack the tank, move this guy up, and we're going to move the tank back to Warsaw to heal up. And the reason is because we want to be able to face off the French and American forces that are currently going to start advancing, because they have pretty much crushed Soviet resistance, and the Soviets are actually focusing on Finland right now instead of NATO. So we will currently be fighting two countries at once. Well, three if you count in the British. So yeah, and essentially what we are going to do here is we want to, if we can, we will use a bomber, because all of their forces are concentrated in one single territory, and that will mean that our bomber will deal maximum damage to the attacking enemy. Okay, the Soviets have landed in Scandinavia. And yeah, okay, the Americans, yep, as we have predicted right here, they are starting to move forwards. And nice, they've cut the French off, but that is not what we want here, because if the French gets cut off, then that would mean that they will start to accumulate all of their income, And once we start to attack them, they will have a ton of units ready for us, and that is not going to be too great essentially. So yeah, that's something that we want to take note of. And also we've also got De Gaulle to deal with, so that is going to be a bit of a problem. And the Italians are also moving in, as well as the Greeks. So yeah, it's definitely not looking too good for our allies, especially the Soviets. So yeah, okay, we're at round 5 right now. So we are going to send this guy up here. Okay, we are going to attack that armored car, right? And we are going to advance a little bit over here. Oh my god, are you actually serious right now? Now let's move the artillery up. Artillery, I still can't pronounce it properly. So yeah. Okay, but now we have a little bit of an advantage right here. So what we want to do here is we actually want to let the French come toward us, right? And we want to we want to let the French come towards us, and we're going to bomb them. -30. That's okay, I guess. And let's attack that guy over there. And we want to keep that rocket launcher weakened, and we don't want to make too aggressive moves right here. And what we are going to do here is we are going to divert our tank upwards. So the reason for diverting our tank upwards is to face off against the French and American forces, so that we stand a better chance of holding them out basically. And we are going to build we're going to buy an infantry unit right here. Okay, let's attack that guy. So essentially we want to create a little wedge right here so that the Soviets can support us, but at the same time the French also can like funnel some of the units across. So what we're going to do here is we're going to send an infantry unit here, and this guy over here, yeah, they will stay right there. This artillery unit will move up, this infantry unit will stay here, and we've got our tanks in reserve that we will be ready to use them. And those tanks should get healed up sufficiently in a couple of rounds. Then we can start to throw them against the enemy. And okay, the Soviets, nice. Okay, so the Soviets are going to provide even more distraction for the French. So we have to remember here that we have bombed the French forces, so they are all slightly damaged from that. And also the Soviets are holding off against the American forces in the south, although they are probably not going to fare as well as against the Italians. Yep, okay, so the Soviets have cornered the Turks back into Istanbul. And oh, the Americans suddenly have a lot of income to spend. Okay, they've cut us off again. Cut the French off, I mean. Oh wait, not yet. Okay, but now the British will be focusing on the Soviets, and that will be one enemy distracted. And now De Gaulle is going to start moving forwards again, and we can use our tank now to face off against De Gaulle. So we probably want to take Berlin and capture the French held cities that are just right next to Berlin. Then that will provide us with a lot of income, and also that will stretch the supply lines of the French forces. So okay, Romania has been defeated. Yeah, but anyways, taking Berlin and the surrounding cities mean that the French will have to buy units from Paris to basically replenish their losses, and during that time we can really start to advance because our supply lines will be as short as possible. So let's do that. Okay, De Gaulle is here, so we've got to take note of that right now. Let's move our forces up, and we are going to take that artillery out. 34 damage. Okay, let's just finish off all of those infantry units there. 1, 2. Okay, so that will provide us with that. We have basically taken Berlin, so that is huge win for us. So we are going to start to advance right here, so that the French will have, they'll basically be trapped between like attacking here and here. So what we're going to do here is we are going to capture all of these cities right here, and we're going to transform Berlin into a level 4 city, and that is for a good reason, because a level 4 capital city in fact provides a lot of healing, and that will help us keep our tank in a really good shape right here. So we're going to we're going to do that. And okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to move a tank up here, then we will attack. Okay, never mind, let's move that guy back. So we moved our tank back just in case the French advanced onto that city right there. But anyways, we are looking actually pretty set, and okay, I'm not sure about what's with that voice right there, but we're going to take that airport so that they can't do anything funny against us. And also we are going to take this territory right here, so the British will actually come down here if everything goes according to plan, and then we can swoop in and take Denmark out of the fight. But anyways, we're going to end the turn right here. So now the Soviets are actually focusing on okay, let's see, they have an army in the north, they also have an army in the south. And yeah, we have to realize that the Soviets actually have to supply 3 armies. Okay, they've completely driven the French off of the Baltic coast right there, which is great. And yeah, so the Soviets do have 3 armies, one in the north fighting with us, one in the south helping us to defend Bratislava, and also another one in Turkey, but that army is going to get basically destroyed by the Turkish commander over there. And yeah, so yeah, you see, they are barely putting a dent in the Turkish defenders. So yeah, that goes to show how tough commanders are. And also because Istanbul is a level 4 capital city, that would mean that once again there is a lot of healing right there, and that would basically make it harder for the Soviets to attack Istanbul and capture it. So the British actually moved down their artillery. They also sent a battleship into the Baltic Sea to deal with the Soviets. And now the French are kind of like like they're moving their forces south in preparation for a Soviet attack, and now they're sending in all of their forces against us, which means that we have to defend Berlin to the bitter end, basically, because once we take out De Gaulle, then the situation will improve a little bit. Okay, we're at round 7 right here, and unfortunately that's where I'm going to end off this video right here, because I'm running very low on time. But anyways, thanks all of you guys for watching this video. If you have liked this video, please do remember to leave a like, and if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe as well. But that's it. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and of course, goodbye.